Barbados expects another record tourism year, but visitor facilitation at the airport continues to be a worry. That's our top story in our Barbados Today morning news update for Thursday, December the 14th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Local hoteliers are already salivating over the prospect of a bumper tourism yield next year, as they relish what is expected to be another record year in 2017. The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association yesterday announced increases in both stayover and cruise arrivals, as well as hotel occupancy. Chief Executive Officer Rudy Grant told the association's fourth quarterly meeting at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center that the island welcomed 31,916 more air passengers between January and October this year, that it did for the corresponding period last year, a 6.46% increase.
As it relates to the performance of the cruise sector, you can see that there has been an increase in cruise passengers for the period January to October of 18.2% and an increase in calls of 18.9%. And the overall growth in cruise passengers is expected to continue throughout the winter period, as you know, which is our busiest period. And the home porting program and the cruise and stay has certainly been providing positive benefits for our members.
However, while Grant is happy with the growth in numbers, the BHTA boss is still concerned about the passenger facilitation at the Grantley Adams International Airport.
There have been some improvements, but we need to do better. The first experience that our visitors have when they come to Barbados is the experience through the Grantley Adams International Airport. Our ability to facilitate expansion in this very important industry requires that the visitor experience is exceptional. And it also requires that we benchmark ourselves against the best globally. And we will continue to work with our partners, GIA Inc., the Ministry of Tourism and International Transport, Customs, Immigration, in order to ensure that the experience of our visitors is one that is exceptional, particularly as they come to Barbados and the first experience is at the Grantley Adams International Airport.
Chief Justice Sir Marson Gibson fears that Barbados could experience a spiraling crime wave if the country fails to significantly reduce the demand for illegal drugs. Speaking at yesterday's graduation of 12 reformed drug addicts who benefited from a course of therapy by the Drug Treatment Court, Sir Marson praised the court for moving in the right direction towards reducing that demand.
What these behaviors bring for us is a spiraling crime wave, guns and injuries and death. And so the whole idea of the Drug Treatment Court, our self-preservation is if we can remove you from the market, we can remove you from the dock. And that quite literally and simply is why we do what we do. We want to take you out of the market and to make sure that you do not appear before us again.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. Former Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Sir Lester Bird, who has just announced his retirement from active politics, says one of his biggest regrets was an attempt to overthrow his late father and then Prime Minister, Sir Cornwall Bird.
I got together with some of my colleagues, pardon me, and we tried to overthrow the Prime Minister. I had got subsumed into the intellect of one named, a Tim Hector.
Indeed.
As I virtually turned against my father. Ultimately, the Prime Minister brought me back into the government and gave me a different thing. He made me trade. But if there's one thing that I wish I had not done was the attempt to try and tell the Prime Minister that he should step down.
And on the international scene, British MPs have defeated Prime Minister Theresa May's government, voting to change her Brexit blueprint in a move which could complicate her efforts to sever ties with the European Union. We pick up the details in this report from the Reuters.
British Prime Minister Theresa May has suffered a damaging blow to her plans for leaving the European Union at the hands of UK lawmakers. Parliament voted on Wednesday to change her blueprint for Brexit so that it gets more say in any final deal. Brexit's deep divisions in British politics showing in a tight vote.
The ayes to the right, 309. The noes to the left, 305.
Politicians have been debating the detail of an EU withdrawal bill for 7 days and voting on any potential amendments. Wednesday's amendment was put forward by a member of May's own party, former Attorney General Dominic Grieve.
To implement something that we do not at present know what it is.
The amendment gives Parliament the power to approve or reject the government's final Brexit deal by passing a separate written law.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.